Hi everyone, I'm here with your 822 lesson. How can I write it in simpler form? Exponent rules. In the previous lessons, you expanded expressions written with exponents into factored form and then rewrote them in simpler form. You also looked at ways to rewrite very large numbers in scientific notation to compare them more easily. In this lesson, you will continue to develop ways to rewrite expressions using exponents. Use the questions below to focus discussion in your study team. What part of the expression is being raised to a power? What are the factors? How can we rewrite the expression to have fewer terms? So looking at 860, Aaron wants to rewrite the expression 5 to the second x to the second times 5 to the fourth x to the third in simpler form. She started by expanding the expression like this: 5 times 5 plus x times x plus 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 plus x times x times x. 25 plus x squared plus 625 plus x to the third. Do you agree with her work so far? Work with your team to complete the problem, or if you do not agree, write Aaron a note explaining how to correct her work and find the correct simplification. So go ahead and try that. Okay, if you're back with me, you've answered this. So Erin is not completely correct. She expanded the individual bases correctly. But different factors should be multiplied together, not added. So it should have been 5 times 5 times x oops, times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times x times x, which would be 5 to the 6th, x to the 5th, which is 15,625 x to the 5th. Okay. 861. 861 says, when a number is raised to a power, then raised to a power again, the result follows a consistent pattern. Complete the table below on the lesson 822 resource page, or copy and complete it on your own paper. Expand each expression into factored form and then rewrite it with new exponents as shown in the example. So go ahead and follow the example that's provided for you and finish the chart on the resource page. Okay, if you're back with me, you've done that. So let's look. We have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So that would be 2 to the 8th. So this 4 is telling us that we have 4 groups of 2 squared. Here, we have 2 groups of 3 to the 7th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we have another group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I ran out of room. But that would then be 3 to the 14th. Here we have 5 groups of x to the third. So 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, and I'm running out of room again, sorry. 5 groups. This would be x to the 15th. Here we have 2 groups of x to the third and y to the second. So x, 3 x's, 2 y's, that makes a group. 3 x's, 2 y's, that makes a group. So we have x to the 6th and y to the 4th. Okay. So A says, work with your team to describe the pattern between the exponents in the original form and the exponents in the simplified form. So the pattern is that exponents in the simplified form are the product of the exponent inside the parentheses and the exponent outside the parentheses. B says, visualize 20 to the third to the eighth written as in factored form. What is multiplied? That is, what is the base? How many times is it multiplied? Use the expression visualized to help you rewrite the expression in simplified exponent form. Describe in detail how you figured out what the exponent to use in the simplified exponent form. So the base is 20. Okay, that's your base is that number right there. The factored form would be 8 groups of 20 to the third. That means 20 is being multiplied 24 times. So far we have 20 to the 24th. So you multiply 3 times 8 because there are 8 sets of 20 times 20 times 20 to get the exponent of 24. Okay, so again, we have 8 groups of 20 times 20 times 20. So that means 20 is being multiplied by itself 24 times. But you could also look at this and say, okay, 3 times 8 is 24, so 20 to the 24th would be your answer there. Looking over at 863, Heidi is trying to rewrite the two expressions below. 2x to the quantity of 2x to the third and just 2x to the third. Are these two ways of rewriting the same thing, or do they mean something different? Heidi wonders. A, rewrite 2x, the quantity of 2x to the third by expanding and then simplifying. What part is being raised to the third power? So go ahead and try that. Okay, so the quantity of 2x to the third, that means 2x is being raised to the third power. So that means we have 2x times 2x times 2x. B says, Heidi thinks 2x to the third is the same as 2 times x to the third. Show that she is correct by expanding the expression. So 2x to the third would equal 2 times x times x times x, and 2 times x to the third would equal 2 times x times x times x. So these are the same. So now C says, are 2x, the quantity of 2x to the third and 2x to the third equivalent? Explain why or why not. Well, do they look the same here? They do not. So they are not the same because when expanded, quantity of 2x to the third is 2x times 2x times 2x, and just 2x to the third is 2 times x times x times x. so they are not the same. That is it for today. If you would like some extra practice problems, 865 is some great practice problems for exponents. If you have any questions, please let us know.